mean, like, what kind of meetings was they having? It had to be thousands of these motherfuckers before they got on ships.
Have you ever wondered how Africa came to be divided up and colonized by a bunch of European countries? If you've never heard of the Berlin Conference of 1884, you're about to get a window into the very definition of audacity. Leaders from 13 European countries, plus the U.S. and Ottoman Empire, decided to hold a conference in Berlin in 1884 to decide what countries got to rule various regions of the African continent. Belgium's King Leopold decided that Africa was the next big territory that needed to be exploited for its natural resources and land. Germany's Chancellor Otto von Bismarck decided that rather than go to war over it, it would be much more civil to call a meeting with 15 countries to divide the continent up, like gentlemen, if you will. No African leaders were invited to participate. The scramble for Africa marked a 20-year period of pillaging, exploiting, dividing, and conquering nearly every part of the African continent to establish territories for material gain and power for 7 European nations. The audacity. By 1975, more than 40 African countries had finally gained their independence through war, diplomacy, and protest. But the effects of that decades-long siege had a devastating impact on the continent that is still being felt today.
And, you know, I mean, like, I would like to know what was the lead speaker saying. All right, we got to go take this damn land. We going to come in using Jesus as a tool, using this Bible as a tool, using this religion, Christianity as a tool, so that we can win their trust. We're going to come in representing love and equality. As soon as we get their trust, and as soon as we get them to lower their guard and become comfortable with us, then we're just going to begin to murder every last one. Women, men, and children. Leave no prisoners. And if we so happen to, after we accomplish our goal as far as killing the majority, then we'll take a few prisoners, rape them, and just use them for fun and gain. We all on the same accord. No one shall sway from this task. I mean, I understand they was living in the dark ages and shit, and that's probably what was the motive, the drive to conquering and taking. I guess they said never again will we be on the bottom. Never again will we walk around smelling like shit. Because, you know, back then they didn't bathe at all. Maybe once a year or some shit. I guess they said never again will this ever happen to us. Once we get on top, we will stay on top, and we will set up a system of governmental structure that will not allow us to fall. The only way we fall, the system itself falls. So this is why the system, the government has always been in favor of those that stole the land. I'm thinking like when they had these meetings and shit back then, these big ass groups, because you know they always having meetings and shit. We could just see that just by the clans having clan meetings. So we knew, we already know that they've been having meetings and shit, even prior to when they were burning crosses and doing the clan rallies and shit. You know, I think that the Klan rallies was like a offshoot of the major big rallies that they were having by the hundreds of thousands. It's just based off common sense. But you know, you can cut the water out, but the motherfucker's still gonna drip. And this shit had to go something like that. And if it didn't go like that, maybe they just genetically wired like that shit. You know, you see ants walking the line. They just designed like that to function like that. They were just created that way or made that way. I mean, have y'all ever really thought about what type of mind an entire race of people would have to have, and what type of the same accord that they would have to abide by? Caucasians have stole an entire fucking country. A whole country. Then they turn around, create laws that they have totally violated and use against the people that they have colonized, stole from, enslaved. It ain't no justice in that shit. That would tell anybody that the justice system doesn't have any fucking justice. When a damn perpetrator or the mass murderer, we talking history here, this ain't no trying to shoot somebody down, is the one that violated all the laws that they actually set up. So you should know that the justice system is not your justice system. It's the justice system that was designed to protect them from what they have done, from their system or the country that they stole to never collapse, you know?